Hi, this is Josh with Resort TV 1, and we've got some absolutely epic announcements to share with you about what's coming to Disney parks in the next few years. The D23 Parks Panel was absolutely epic. We had some incredible announcements, mind-blowing things to talk about, huge expansions in the park, a direct contrast to last year where not as much was announced. This year, a ton of things were announced. We didn't get the fifth park, but we got so much more. And I'm just so excited to share with you everything that was discussed in the Parks panel. It was a long panel, lots of performances, lots of things. They really did an epic job of revealing some of the new things that they wanted to announce. But it did, take a while to get through it. So if you didn't have time to watch the whole thing or didn't have a way to watch it, since Disney didn't stream it this year, there were some streamers that did stream it and did a great job. Our friend Ron did a great job. But I do want to talk about all the announcements one by one and my reaction to those, and I'd love to see your reactions in the chat, or in the comments down below, because this is not a live stream. So here we go. First of all, the first thing that was announced from Magic Kingdom really was something that's been long overdue, and I am so excited about this. There is a new nighttime parade coming to Magic Kingdom, a new electrical parade. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Disney Starlight. I just cannot wait to see this. The concept art looks absolutely incredible there. You see the fairy godmother, Peter Pan, and Wendy flying. It just looks incredible. And Disney said it's going to use the latest technology to tell new stories. It features several different characters: Peter Pan, Encanto, and Frozen, all kinds of different things. And it's gonna be in the same line as traditions from the Main Street Electrical Parade, but also using modern technology to tell the stories. So this is going to be absolutely exciting, epic, amazing, and it's going to be a whole new reason for people to stay late in the parks and really wait for those happily ever after fireworks. It'll be interesting to see if they do this before fireworks and after, like they used to do, like one at 8 something, and then fireworks at 9 or 9:30, and then another one like at 10 or 10:30, even 11. So we'll see. Maybe the Magic Kingdom will have to stay open in the future later, and that would be amazing. So that's the first big announcement for Magic Kingdom, was that new nighttime parade, Disney Starlight. That, to me, is just so exciting. The concept art looks beautiful. I can't wait to hear more about that. And if you watch the stream from a couple people, you can actually see one of the new songs from the show. And so they sung one of the songs, I believe, that's going to be in the show. It's kind of hard to tell. But anyway, that is going to be amazing. I can't wait. It'll be the first time that there's been a nighttime parade at Magic Kingdom since the Main Street Electrical Parade left for the final time in 2016. And the next big announcement, by the way, I'm only going to do the Disney World announcements. There was so much more. There was Disneyland Paris. There was Disneyland California. There were just so many announcements. The cruise line is getting 4 more ships. I mean, incredible stuff. But of course, I'm most excited about the Disney World stuff because that's where we live. So I am excited about the new Walt animatronic coming to Disneyland. That's going to be pretty cool. So I'm sure they're going to do a great job with that and really work hard to make that really come alive and just respect and carry on the tradition of what Walt did and what he would want it to be like. So that's pretty cool. But the next big announcement coming to Animal Kingdom is the Indiana Jones ride in place of Dinosaur. So we knew that the track was the same, the ride system is the same. We knew that this would be a really good fit for that area. It's going to be amazing. The concept art looks awesome. I wonder if they'll update it and change it around a little bit from the one that's in California. I really don't know, but it's going to be absolutely incredible to see this. And of course, it's part of a larger land. It's like a tropical America's land that's going to feature Encanto and all kinds of other things. But it's going to be really amazing just to see an Indiana Jones ride here at Walt Disney World. So I cannot wait to see that. And speaking of that new land, we've got this new Tropical Americas Pueblo Esperanza, I think is what it's called. So this is going to be a new village in place of the current Dino Land. Cannot wait to see it. It is going to be absolutely amazing. And, there'll be the village square and all those different types of things there. And you can see some of the concept art. Here's a second picture showing the archway in the village. So a little bit about this village. Pueblo Esperanza means Village of Hope. So it's the name of this new land here. You can see one of the archways there. And it's supposed to appear kind of lived in, similar to Harambe. So that's going to be pretty cool. So it's just really neat to see Dino Land get a little bit of transformation. It's going to look really, really nice. I will miss Dino Land. It was a neat section of the park. I don't know when it's going to close, but these areas should be done, it looks like they said, by 2027. So really, really excited to see that. And of course, there's going to be an Encanto ride to go along with the Indiana Jones ride. So that's going to be amazing. You can see the guests there riding along. It looks like an Omnimover ride. I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be a boat ride, but it just looks like the guests are in Omnimover vehicles, but it's kind of hard to tell. But you can see the family there in the beautiful forest and things. So we'll see how that goes as it moves along in production. But really cool to get 2 new rides at Animal Kingdom. And again, in 2027 is when that will be opening. Another really cool thing coming to Walt Disney World over in Magic Kingdom this time is going to be the Pirates Lounge. And that's going to be amazing. I don't know if that's going to be where the shooting gallery was in Frontierland, if that's where they're going to put it. But either way, this does look amazing. I do hope it'll be open to everyone and not just DVC or D23. I guess definitely I could join D23 and go and check this out, but it does look pretty cool. It's basically like a tavern type thing. You can see there's entertainment and things like that. Nothing really specific announced, but just really cool concept art here for this Pirates Lounge. And another lounge coming to Walt Disney World is a new Spaceship Earth themed lounge, and this is going to be in the former Siemens Lounge area upstairs above the exit area to the Spaceship Earth ride. So you can see beautiful views here, and of course you can see the window pointing out to where you can actually watch the luminous fireworks from this lounge. So that's going to be a really great view elevated from the park. You can see even the pylons and stuff around the new central hub area of World Celebration at Epcot. So I can't wait to see the new Spaceship Earth Lounge if I get to go. And I'm not sure, again, who's going to get to go, but that's really, really incredible. And another thing coming back over to Animal Kingdom, I don't have concept art for this one pulled up, but another thing coming over to Animal Kingdom is Zootopia Better Zoogether, which is pretty cool instead of Better Together. So that's a show that's going to replace It's Tough to Be a Bug. So that'll be really, really neat. Tough to Be a Bug was an opening day attraction at Animal Kingdom, and of course we'll miss that. It's a lot of fun, but pretty cool to see something Zootopia. There were a lot of rumors that Zootopia Land was coming to Animal Kingdom. It would have fit really well with the animal theme, but at least we're getting something Zootopia with the Better Together or Better Zoogether. And I believe this was previously announced, but just, a little bit more concept art or a poster was revealed at D23 tonight. By the way, I'm making this video at 1:41 a.m., so I apologize if I'm a little off in some of the things or if I'm messing up anything. I'm really trying to get this right, but some incredible news, definitely. Really, really excited to see all these things coming. So the next thing to talk about here is really, really, really big news for Disney's Hollywood Studios. Monsters Inc. Land is coming to Hollywood Studios. Look at the concept art for that. Oh my goodness, you've got basically Monstropolis being built at Hollywood Studios. We don't really know where this is going to go. Speculation already is that it's going to be in the Muppets area, and if so, that would be pretty sad because that was an opening day attraction. I will miss that, but I'm really excited to see Monstropolis. I love seeing the guy there with the monster in the baby carrier. That's so cool. That's very cute. You've got Sully, of course, so implying that there might be a Mike and Sully meet and greet somewhere. That would be pretty fun. And you've got the monsters, I guess the Laugh Factory in the background, which used to be the Scare Factory and the Scare Floor. So that looks incredible. I love that concept art. I cannot wait. And along with that, there's actually going to be a Monsters Inc. ride. And so I thought maybe this would be like a carbon copy of the Disneyland one, but it turns out it's going to be a suspended coaster, the first ever Disney Parks suspended coaster or hanging from the track coaster, as you can see in the concept art, where it's almost like you're riding along with Mike, Sully, and Boo as you ride the doors around the Laugh Factory, or in that case, the Scare Factory. I think it'll be the Laugh Factory now. But either way, that looks amazing. It's really cool to see Hollywood Studios get some love and get a new ride and a whole new land. So I cannot wait to see that. They didn't list a date for that, but Billy Crystal was the one that announced this. So go back and check out the show on the stream if you want to from the Parks panel. That was pretty incredible. So it does say just a little bit about it. Humans are invited into Monstropolis. You're going to be touring the Laugh Factory. It's going to be based on the doors again, like I said. So that's pretty cool. And Josh D'Amaro was really, really excited about it because he's always wanted to ride on the doors as well. So anyway, And Roz was on there for a little bit too. So that was pretty fun the way they did that. And the next big announcement is actually over at Epcot. So we already know that Test Track's being reimagined. We know it closed several weeks ago, and we know that it's being rethemed more in the original kind of World of Motion theming. And you can actually see the entrance area really looks more like the original entrance area to World of Motion in some ways, at least in the concept art it does. We'll see how the finished product is. It's still going to be presented by Chevrolet, as you can see on the sign there. There's also a little bit more concept art where it shows, of course, the track is probably going to be the same. You can see you're going around some of the curves in one of the scenes of the ride there as you get close to where you go back outside. But you can see it's going to be more forested and natural, which is really, really cool. It sounds like there's going to be some new exhibits inside of the queue. So it's going to have 6 exhibits in different rooms to celebrate progress in transportation and things like that. So that'll be maybe the World of Motion feel. Is World of Motion was like a history of transportation, so maybe there will be a little bit of an aspect of a historical presentation about the history of transportation. That'll be really, really fun. And then it also talks a little bit about the people behind the vehicles that basically help people transport themselves on their journey. So that'll be fun. And it says that there'll be some new scenes added, just showing all the new technologies as it comes along and how our relationship to transportation kind of develops and evolves throughout history. So that's going to be cool. So it's got that idea of, it's fun to be free and how transportation symbolizes freedom, and our relationship to transportation and mobility is so important. So that's pretty cool to see. I cannot wait to see the brand new and reimagined Test Track 3.0. And the next announcement takes us back over to Magic Kingdom. So we're getting a ton of new stuff at Magic Kingdom. Actually, 2 completely new lands at Magic Kingdom. And the first one is going to be this incredible thing. By the way, I called this when they talked about Beyond Big Thunder Mountain. And I thought, well, what kind of fits a Western theme? What kind of fits those rock formations? I was like, Cars Land. Cars Land really fits that area. And I thought, well, we're just going to get a carbon copy of Cars Land in California. That'll still be pretty cool. Radiator Springs Racers is amazing. But no, we're actually going to get more of a Frontierland kind of version of Cars Land. So here's some of the concept art to one of the new attractions. And it sounds like there's going to be 2 rides, one more for everybody, more of an adventure, maybe even kind of a thrill ride type thing, and one for kids. So that's going to be pretty cool. And so it's more about the American West. Let's see, the quote is, "The American West has always been about keeping your eyes on the horizon, believing in yourself, carving your own path, and striving towards success. That goes from miners in the mountains, bears from the country, a princess from the bayou, or a race car from the big city." So this is what Josh D'Amaro told everybody when he was doing the presentation. So one of them is going to be this rally race that you see here. And so you're going to just be racing through probably kind of an off-road terrain. So that'll be neat. So it'll be like Radiator Springs Racers, but more of a rally race off-road. So that'll be pretty fun. Whereas the Radiator Springs Racers is more on the road. And it says you're going to be dodging geysers, and Mater is excited about splashing through all the mud holes and things like that. And so there's going to be a second attraction for kids that was not really discussed much on the actual panel. So that's pretty exciting. Cars Land as part of a huge Frontierland expansion. That concept art looks beautiful with the waterfall and the cars going down the rock mountain there and the bridge. I don't know. I think if they really put into it what they say they're going to, I really feel like this could be an incredible area. So I can't wait to see that. I think it ties into Frontierland beautifully. And it doesn't sound like anything's going to be replaced. In fact, Josh said they'd already broken ground back there on some of these things. So that's pretty cool. But the next land is the one that everybody has been waiting for. It is absolutely epic, absolutely incredible. This thing that everybody's been talking about and wanting for years and years and years, and it's finally coming to the Magic Kingdom. When they announced this, they did such a great job because they had, Mirror on the Wall interrupt Josh as he was trying to close the presentation with fire and all kinds of effects and music, and basically like, well, don't you have something else to talk about? And he's like, no, I don't want to talk about that. Well, maybe we can persuade you. Then somebody sings Trust in Me. That was incredible. And then they start talking about this brand new villain Villains Land. Look at that concept art. Oh my goodness. Of course, concept art is blue sky. It's concept only. It even says it down in the lower corner there, artist concept only. So, it's not going to look exactly like that, but if it even looks partially like that, it's going to be incredible. The castle, kind of on the rock spire there with the waterfalls, just looks absolutely epic. All the water areas and craggy rocks sticking out and ravens and spines and all kinds of things, thorns. I just, wow. The crowd reaction to that was absolutely sensational, and for good reason. It's been something people have been talking about for a long time, and Josh even said happily ever after seems far, far away here. And I believe he said that there are going to be 2 new attractions at this Villains Land. He did talk about how there are so many different stories that can be told with these villains that can be here, and all of their endless ambitions and everything. He said, again, happily ever after seems like a long way away. And these 2 lands, and actually this is a whole new land. I guess really the Cars land area is kind of an expansion of Frontierland. So this is really going to be the first new land since Mickey's Birthday Land. So that's pretty cool. And so they've announced, I believe, it looks like 2 rides, I think is what they said, for this particular land. So yeah, 2 major attractions. So I would assume e-ticket attractions. It didn't say what those attractions would be, but again, look at that concept art. Think about the possibilities for rides. I'm so excited by this. I think Disney knocked this out of the park. I think they knew they had to, after what Universal's been doing with Epic Universe and everything. And I think they had a lot of this, of course, on the drawing board last year, but they just weren't ready to announce all of it yet. They were probably trying to iron out more details, make sure all the funding was in place. And Josh D'Amaro did say during the presentation, these are not blue sky ideas like, oh, it'd be really cool if we could do that. Wouldn't that be cool? These are things that are actually approved projects. So there will be a Villains Land. And obviously anything is subject to change, and things got canceled because of COVID and stuff like that, but barring any unforeseen circumstances, it sounds like these things are going to happen. They've been approved. Apparently Villains Land, I believe, is the one he definitely said shovels were in the ground, dirt has been moved, and so they're really making this happen. I can't wait. What kind of attractions do you think are going to happen in the new Villains Land? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think would be a possibility for a Villains Land attraction, since they didn't really tell us much about those things. And I know there's a lot more that was discussed at the panel. Again, the 4 new cruise ships, but they didn't really say what that was going to be. There was a whole section about like Fortnite characters and skins and things coming. So I'm not a Fortnite player, so I don't know much about that. It looked pretty cool. I'm glad to see Disney collabing with Epic Games and, just kind of trying to attract maybe some new fans into the Disney universe. That's pretty cool. And there's also a brand new Smuggler's Run story coming, which I believe is going to involve Mando and Grogu. So that's going to be pretty cool. So, lots of different things announced. Even for Disneyland, they're going to do some Avengers Campus expansion, 2 new rides there that sound absolutely incredible. A lot of really cool stuff on the horizon. So I'm glad Disney's really investing in the parks. They're continuing to keep them fresh and new and exciting. And this is probably the biggest D23 announcement I can remember for a long, long time. I mean, we got super excited when they announced like Galaxy's Edge, or years ago, Pandora, all these things that were announced at some of these conventions. But this is basically 4 new lands, or at least expansions to lands. You've got the retheming of Dino Land. That's 1. You've got, of course, the new Monsters Land, Monstropolis Land at Hollywood Studios. That's 2. And I'm still going to count the Cars Land basically as a new land, even though it's part of Frontierland. It sounds like it's going to be a big enough area to have 2 rides. So, Toy Story Land has 2 rides. A lot of these new lands, 2 rides is kind of the average there. So I'm kind of counting that as a new land. So you've got 3, and then, of course, Villains Land being this huge thing. And I would imagine that's going to be the biggest expansion, and that'll be 4. I have no idea where they're going to put these things. There is room behind Magic Kingdom if you look on a satellite map. So we'll just kind of see where it goes. Maybe Cars Land leads into Villains Land. Maybe it's on the other side. I really don't know. There's not a lot of room on the Tomorrowland Tron side, so it's probably going to be on the Frontierland side. I just don't know exactly how that's going to be incorporated. I would assume they're not taking anything out. I know somebody mentioned like Rivers of America maybe being used, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think that would be, that'd be too much in the heart of the park. I think they really, with the Villains Land, it needs to be off in the back. You can't put it right by the castle because the villains like to hide, right? So anyway, let me know where you think these lands are going to be. Any thoughts you have, definitely in the comments down below. I am super, super excited for all these things. It would have been cool to see a fifth park announced, but there's almost enough new lands to make a fifth park, but I think they just kind of realized these new lands will give added capacity, added attractions beyond what we have right now. Other than, of course, dinosaurs being replaced with Indiana Jones, but you're getting a whole new Encanto ride. You're getting new attractions for tons of parks. And it's just super exciting. So good job, Disney, investing in the parks, keeping things fresh. The announcements were pretty well done, too. It did take a while to get through them. And, of course, it's a show for people that go to the show. One of these days I'm going to go and see this. But I thought they did a really, really good job with it. And they even used Deadpool to make fun of themselves. That was really fun. Like, oh, like a Spider-Man that, figure that just, falls into the wall all the time. Or, like, what did they say? They talked about the dragon that was on fire, and they even talked about broken Yetis. Like, they really did a good job kind of poking fun at themselves, and I applaud Disney for that. That shows they have a sense of humor. That shows, they're kind of saying, okay, hey, we're, things are not perfect. Like, we make mistakes. Things don't go exactly right all the time. I think that's good. That's good to show that self-awareness. So I love the way they did that in the presentation. It was funny. It was well done. It was tasteful. Deadpool kept it clean, which was cool. But it just shows some awareness on their end as a company as to there are criticisms of them by the fans and things like that. But that they're kind of answering those things with stuff that we've asked for. A Villain's Land, a new nighttime parade at Magic Kingdom, new lands, new attractions, even new thrill rides with coasters and all these kind of things. I just think it's all good stuff. So good job, Disney. The presentation to me was a smash hit, and I cannot wait to see these things when they are built. It's going to be an exciting few years here in Orlando. Well, that's all for now. It's really, really late. It's 1:56 a.m., so it's definitely time for me to go to bed. But definitely leave a comment. Let me know what you think about all these things, and we will see you very, very soon. All right, everybody. So for now, have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye.